Well, 5:40 as of midnight, new tariffs in effect. The White House trying to calm jittery investors on Wall Street. Futures are mixed this morning after a wild swing that saw the market move about 1,800 points from up to down yesterday. Let's bring in Doug Luzader live in Washington. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
So right now, a lot of the focus, as you know, is on China. There are some countries that have chosen to negotiate. China right now, at least on the front, not one of those. They're saying they're going to fight this till the end. So there's a bit of a standoff here.
Yeah, and you have the administration kind of reminding China that they can call, but China doesn't seem interested in talking right now. They feel as though they're being threatened by this, and they're going to hold firm on their stance to raise tariffs of their own. But right now, as it stands, tariffs on Chinese goods coming into the United States face 104% in charges. That's huge, and that's going to have a big impact on China, obviously, one of our largest trading partners. Big impact on the United States as well. But the White House again urging folks to kind of stay calm and stay in this fight here as they usher in this realignment in global trade.
Yeah, Doug, that China issue certainly impacting Apple as well. They do a lot of business between the two countries. Certainly, no one can play this long game. U.S., Canada, China. Canada, though, also pushing back a little bit, saying that we're also going to increase our tariffs.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see some retaliatory tariffs. I think there's no question about that. You look at a company like Apple, for instance, which obviously produces a lot of things like iPhones in China. They're beginning to shift some of their production perhaps to India to get away from these 104% tariffs, which would drive up the costs of items that we purchase here in the United States. And that's a concern here, the inflationary impact of these tariffs. That would go in among the short-term costs that the White House is saying that we need to kind of deal with while they eventually see some long-term benefits in the mix.
What's the word from the White House right now? I know they were out over the weekend kind of letting people know that you have to be patient here. What's their message this morning?
Well, they seem to be kind of leaning more toward this idea of negotiating, making it clear that there will be negotiations with countries, and the markets seem to like that. On that word yesterday, we saw the markets actually go way up before they eventually came down again. But this idea that these tariffs may not necessarily be permanent. Now, some level of tariffs may be. The president thinks that it's just a good way for the government to raise revenue. But this idea of using some of these as leverage to bring down trade barriers in other countries, it seems to be something the administration is really pushing.
All right, got to leave it there. Doug, always good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks so much.